Now here are some photo tips to help make your everyday photos a lot better. First, don't be afraid to get close to your subject. We all know we all have zoom on our point and shoot cameras, but the more you zoom in with your cameras, the grainier your photos tend to be, and they're not as sharp and clear. So you may feel awkward, but don't be afraid to get closer to your subject, almost in their face with the camera, because the more you're around them and the more you keep taking photos, the more comfortable they're going to be, the more natural your photos will look, and they will forget that you're around with the camera. The second tip is definitely be conscious of your background. When you're taking a group shot, you don't want a pole or a tree growing out of your subject, especially out of their head or the side of their body. It's just distracting, and it looks careless. Next is lighting. When you're doing indoor shots, you want to make sure you don't put your subject in front of a window because they'll be backlit and you'll lose the detail in your subject. So put the window to your back instead. And also when you're outside, treat the sun the same way. Be conscious of where the sun is and put your back to the sun. Yes, your subjects may be squinting if they're looking into the sun, but try to make them as comfortable as you can. Make sure to keep a steady hand when you're shooting to achieve a sharper image. We all tend to have a little bit of a camera shake. I myself, as a professional, do have a little bit of a camera shake, so I tend to try to brace myself up against a wall or any other sturdy object to keep my hand from shaking and keep the camera steady. And with that, you definitely want to take multiple shots when you're shooting something. Don't go by the one and done factor, because you never know, somebody could have blinked, or anything else could have happened. Just take multiple shots of the same subject to make sure that you get one great shot. Also, experiment with different angles when you're shooting a subject or at an event. It'll definitely give you different perspective, and it'll make an ordinary subject more interesting. And last, definitely use your flash minimal only when you need to. Inside with low lighting, or outside only if it's really necessary, maybe just to give a little bit more light to somebody's face if they're in the shade. If you want to check out some of my work from the Morning Journal and some of my own personal photos, check out my blog. It's annanorrisphotography.blogspot.com.